So I would like to propose an action research project that I would like to conduct in my classroom this fall. My action research is improving classroom management by establishing rules and procedures. So my problem statement I've come up with is I've had 2 years of experience with teaching, and in both of those years, I've found that I constantly have to stop my class to address behaviors that seem like things students should know not to do. I've come to realize that until rules and procedures are set in place for students, they do not know what is the right and wrong behaviors to demonstrate in a classroom. So my purpose of my research is to improve classroom management and student behavior in the classroom. So my question is, what strategy will improve classroom management and student behavior in the classroom? 2 questions that I plan to look at is, how does setting rules and procedures in the first week of school impact student behavior in the classroom? And my second one is, what are students' thoughts and opinions on behaviors and its effect on their learning in the classroom? So the strategy or method that I would like to use this fall is to establish classroom rules and procedures during the first week of school. I will keep a journal of how the day went and any behaviors that have occurred throughout the day and in each class period. I will provide students a survey the first week of school to ask them how they feel behavior affects their learning in the classroom and what behaviors they feel have the most impact on their learning. I will provide them a survey halfway through my research, asking them how they feel the class is running and what behaviors they feel are limiting their learning. And then I will provide them with a closing survey at the end of the research, having them rate their classroom experiences with rules and procedures and how they feel behavior played a part in their learning experience. I will also log the number of behavior events that have occurred that day to keep a running number of how many behaviors have occurred in my classroom. So for my phase 1 data collection, I plan to use a Likert scale survey, which I was speaking about. Those are the 3 surveys I will provide to students. And I will keep a journal, or I will have journal entries describing my previous classroom experience without setting rules and expectations and what behaviors have occurred and the behaviors that I plan to work on limiting in the classroom. The behavior data will actually be what I collect during my data collection, so this will be my phase 2 data, and I'll also continue to use a journal and Likert scale during my phase 2 data collection. Journal to log how each day is going and the behavior that is occurring, and a Likert scale to assess how students are feeling. And then what I plan to do with my results is, after conducting my research, I'd like to share my findings with my colleagues during one of our professional development days. So my hope is that what I find works for me may work for someone else, or they can take my research and apply it in their classroom and then start their own action research cycle to better improve their classroom management. And if my case study is a success, the number of classroom behaviors occurring each day will have decreased by the end of my research. If it is not decreased and it is actually increased or stayed consistent, then I consider that unsuccessful, and I would like to start another research cycle where I can change my strategy and method and give it another try.